All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for my tardiness. I had some errands that I needed to run early on, and it kind of went on a little bit longer than I was expecting because certain circumstances arose. But we are here for more Sakamoto Days. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of Sakamoto Days. We're going to be checking out volume 13 of the series titled Reminiscence. Now, in the last volume that we read last week, everything that went down with the JCC came to a close. Club Jam was apprehended. Shishiba versus Yotsumura came to a close, but Yotsumura is still alive and is apparently going to be working for Nagumo. So that whole matter has been taken care of. Miss Osaragi has killed the geisha woman. That's been done, but the funeral over at the JCC has apparently been held for all the teachers, including Satora Sensei, and now we have a matter of Akira traveling with Kanaguri in order to find Slur so she can kill him. And of course, Kanaguri is allowing this because it would look good on film. But not only that, Sakamoto tried to leave everyone so he could handle the matter of Slur himself, only to be stopped by Shin. So now we have a whole matter of, Shin talking to Sakamoto, and then Sakamoto says, allow me to, let me tell you my history between me and Uzuki. So let's go. The chapters we're going to be looking through are chapters 107 all the way to chapters 115. Now going up, the chapters reach 181 as of right now. As of right now, they've reached chapters 181. So slowly but surely, starting to slowly catch up. So let's get started with chapters 107, Days 107. And it begins with a color page, which looks to be like a young Sakamoto looking over, looking over the cityscape. Something's been stuck in my throat all day. I was coughing on the way when I was traveling with my sister. But Sakamoto is looking out over the city. Days 107, Reminiscence. And then we get another color page which shows Shin and Sakamoto. And we have someone sitting on top of a train. We have someone sitting on top of a train. Is this Akira? There is no way this is Akira. This is not Akira. Is this Reno? Is this Reno? Is this Reno Akao? Is this Reno? But she's trying to light a cigarette and she goes, and she's trying to light it, but sitting on top of a subway train that's traveling at high speeds, I'm pretty sure you trying to light a match will not work. It won't light. And then it shows Nagumo jumping. Yeah, it shows Nagumo jumping down on a. Oh, Rion, not Reno, but Rion. It shows Nagumo dropping down on Rion. And I guess she notices because it shows Nagumo trying to jump down on her with a knife, and she just easily blocks it with one hand, going, "Got a light, Nagumo?" Just this. And he takes a gun and he tries to shoot. He tries to load a gun, and immediately the gun gets dismantled in the hands of Rion. Okay, so Rion is kind of broken. How fast do you gotta be to keep a person from not only loading their gun, but completely breaking the gun before they can even pull the trigger? Because Nagumo's finger is on the trigger right now. Hold on, let me get chat up so I can see you guys. I've been getting a lot of comments on my recent reaction to Bricky's faction video and Warhammer Space Legion video as well. We're going to continue with the other half of the factions after I get done eating. So we're going to continue off from there. But how fast do you got to be to just completely dismantle a gun in a person's hand while they're trying to murder you? Snow, good to see you, my friend. I wanted to get chat off to the side right here, so I could see you guys. But she goes to try and hit Nagumo, who blocks it, and it looks like And it looks like, yeah, it just looks like Rion and Nagumo are fighting on top of the subway train. Then we cut over to Satora Sensei. And yeah, this has to be back in the day. This is definitely back in the day. Honestly, where did those three go? The rest of us all got shot with paintballs a while ago. They've been battling for 9 hours now. Fighting for 9 hours. Fighting for 9 hours. I suppose they're enjoying training outdoors for a change. It's important to let them blow off some steam now and then. Otherwise, the stress could build up and they might kill someone at school. Ah! Let's get out of here! Then it cuts to the subway station. And it cuts to what looks to be Sakamoto. And he's standing there, and a gentleman just sees Sakamoto standing there next to the tracks. And then Sakamoto just starts walking on the subway tracks. Hey, you're not supposed to be down on the tracks. The train will be here soon. And he's just walking. Then both Rion and Nagumo both feel something. Uh-oh. And they immediately, they see a bridge coming up, and they decide to swing into the subway car, and they do so, and Sakamoto is already inside the subway, holding an entire arm, like an entire arm rack. I don't know the proper name to say this because, one, I have never been on a subway, so I don't know the exact name of which to call this thing. But this little not armrest, but arm grip, like the thing that people hold on to in a subway in order to remain upright. He's already in the middle of the subway car Nagumo and Rion swing into, and he's holding the entire bar for this thing. And woo! And he just starts attacking both Nagumo and Rion with this thing, and he starts slicing through the subway car with this thing. He's just destroying everything around him. Ouch, that hurts, Sakamoto. You're really into this, Sakamoto. Loser buys lunch. And then it shows Nagumo taking out all the weapons he has on him. Mind you, this is before he got the Swiss Army butcher weapon that he currently uses right now. And then Rion's eyes change, and the very same thing that I think Akira inherited, she starts looking for a path. It looks like she's looking for a path towards Sakamoto, and she starts dashing through the subway car, and she goes to attack Sakamoto, but then suddenly finds her arm looped in a loop, in like the arm loop, in the hand loop, and then Nagumo's hand come even with his blade on it, which should not be possible. It's already looped on his wrist as well, and Sakamoto proceeds to yank the both of them and slam them outside of a subway car. And they go falling towards the street. And while they start falling towards the street, here's the thing. Nagumo has his knife, and it's towards the back of Sakamoto. Sakamoto has both of them attached to this thing, and Rion has two of her guns out, pointing at both Nagumo and Sakamoto. And they both look down because it's Sakamoto. It's Satora. It's Satora Sensei, and she's already on the street at the very spot where they jump out of the subway. The intuition that these assassins have, or had in Satora Sensei's case, she goes, "All of you, come on down." And she says this with a smile, but this is the type of smile that's a very powerful individual will give you before they proceed to just beat you into the ground. And the whole background behind Sakamoto, Nagumo, and Rion goes blank because they realize they're in trouble. And then someone goes, "You're expelled." Who? Which one? All three of you. And this is older gentleman who's speaking to all three of them. A bunch of civilians saw you, damaging facilities, ignoring class rules, using weapons without permission. How many times has this happened? If I'm fired as a vice principal, you three are going down with me. We're just a bit more passionate about our classes than the rest. If you expel me, my niece back home will stop talking to me. It's your fault for breaking the handrail. Handrail. It's such an easy thing to remember. It's a handrail. It's a handrail. It's a handrail. Me and words. Sometimes we are not the best of friends. It's your fault for breaking the handrail, Sakamoto. Huh? I thought it was a weapon. I mean, it was removable. No smoking, Akao! Because Rion is trying to smoke in the middle of the vice principal's office. In any case, as of now, you don't have the credits to pass. I've arranged for an extra assignment to determine whether you pass this year. A lot of teachers think we should just expel you troublemakers, but Satora-sensei advocated for making a special exception. What's the mission? Kill the target. The info's in the envelope. Okay. And then Rion just goes, okay, got it. Later. And as they leave, the vice principal and his attendant, they're just watching them go. And then his attendant, wait a minute. Is that the same guy that was there with Sakamoto at the train station? Or am I just no, it's a completely, his hairstyles are different. It's got like a part in the middle, whereas the dude that's standing with the vice principal, his hair is like in a bowl cut. You gave them that assignment, Yamada-sensei? Yeah. That was pretty evil of you, sensei. After all, no one's ever successfully completed that assignment before. The death rate's 100%. It's a surefire way to get rid of the death rate's 100%. It's a surefire way to get rid of troublemakers. But I'm with you. They have no respect for their teachers. It's time they suffer the consequences. So you send them out on an assignment where they die? Where death is 100% assured? They'll do fine, Yamada-sensei. Satora-sensei. If those three work together, there's no enemy they can't kill. And then we cut back to Rion, and she goes, there's only one target, right? Rock, paper, scissors. Loser does the homework. Macho style? Duh. Come on, Sakamoto, rock, paper, scissors! Solo assignments are no fun. Oh, excuse me. And someone walks right past Rion out of nowhere. Oh, excuse me. Who are you? You want to play macho-style rock, paper, scissors? Huh? No. Don't be mean, Akao. I wasn't bullying him. And the person looking at Akao, looking at Rion, that's a young Uzuki. That's a young Slur. Anyway, let's get this crappy assignment over with, so we can go to the aquarium or something. How cute. And then Sakamoto's just thinking about fish. And that's the end of chapter 107. Onwards to chapter 108. The first interaction between Slur and Rion Akao? Okay. Days 108. Assassin Department Store. There's a store. While off campus, always be sure to carry your assassin's license. Costs related to the mission are expensed. Here's your JCC card. What's this card for? Haven't you used one before, Sakamoto? We get to use this any way we want while we're on assignment. This is what makes off-campus assignments so alluring. Akao, didn't you buy a horse racing ticket once? I chased the target to a racetrack and killed them there. It was deductible as an undercover expense. You kids! Good, I'm glad you're still here. I've got one more team member for you. Kei Uzuki. Ooh, he's going with them. And this is before everything goes down. Kei Uzuki. He's a third-year student in the assassination department, same as you. Oh? You know him? Hey, you're that kid from earlier. You look like a nerd, but you're actually a bad boy, huh? And then she tries to put her arm around him, but he just shoves it off. Ooh, rejected. Yeesh, what a wet blanket. I don't jive with this guy. Sorry. And Sakamoto is just looking at him silently. And now we're back in the city, and it looks like they're going into a building. Okay then, our target is the Steel Dragon, the leader of an illegal weapons manufacturing ring. There's intel that he hides out in this department store. The Steel Dragon? What kind of a cheesy name is that? Is he an assassin? There's not a lot of info in the file. I guess investigating him is part of the assignment. And they all just enter into the building, and a metal detector goes off as they enter in.
Huh?
And then an attendant walks up.
I'm afraid you'll have to check your electronic and metal devices here. Oh, come on, you're strict. There's been an upswing in violence lately. I do apologize.
And then Nagumo and Sakamoto are thinking, we can't bring weapons in. So, a department store is like a huge store, right? Well, for now, why don't we grab some lunch? And they all get into an elevator. And they're all standing in the different corners. And they have a person who's in the center reading a paper, while they have like a bellhop who's telling them, going up. And the dude is smiling. I already feel suspect about the dude. And Nagumo's looking. And then he proceeds to yoink this man. This man who's reading a paper proceeds to just pickpocket just take his whole wallet out of his back pocket and drop it on the ground. Huh? Oh, my wallet. Sakamoto's looking silently. The bellhop isn't doing anything. Upsy daisy. Then the bellhop looks backwards, and he proceeds to get his entire neck slashed through by Sakamoto in an instant. Oh, wait. This is not a regular bellhop. This was a lady. I'm sorry. I didn't see the pants. I didn't notice until I saw the skirt. I was all like, oh, this is not a man. This is a lady. And she proceeds to spin around, and she tries to shoot Sakamoto in the face before he proceeds to literally cut her directly in the neck.
Second floor, fashion department.
And the old man gets up after picking up his change, and he just casually walks out like nothing just happened. Sakamoto, how'd you get a knife in here? Huh? You're the one who said we could use this car for whatever we want.
Nagumo, this dude's nuts!
Sakamoto used his JCC card to slice this assassin's neck open. He really is the Jackie Chan of assassins. And then, Nagumo just goes, lol. It literally says LOL. Then the bellhop lady goes, how did you know I was an assassin? Who are you people? And then Rion goes, you were giving off so much bloodlust in such a cramped space. How could we not notice? So, what's up with this department store anyway? And then Nagumo walks up. We're looking for a guy called the Steel Dragon. This catches the bell lady's attention. If you don't want to die, tell us everything you know.
The Steel Dragon runs this place. The store is a front. Entry-level staff like me have never even met the Steel Dragon. We started monitoring you at the entrance. You won't get out alive.
An assassin department store? And then they're all looking. As the door opens up and they start walking through the department store. Department stores are big, and there tends to be a lot of people going through these department stores. So any one of them could be an assassin. Yep, we're being watched. And that's Sakamoto who's saying that.
Nagumo and Sakamoto, you go on upstairs. I'll stay down here with Mr. Emo. I want to check out the clothes anyway. Just don't slow me down, huh? Don't slow me down, what's your name again?
Uzuki. And she walks away, and she starts walking through the place. And then someone walks up to her and goes,
are you looking for something? Got anything tough looking?
And then a dude with a beanie is directly behind Akao. And he tries to shoot her, and she just casually leans out of the way. And while the dude is loading his gun, she takes a necklace off of a stand while this lady, this basic employee goes,
how about something spicy like this?
And she takes his chain and then just whips it directly into the dude's chin, knocking him out completely. Then another one runs up and tries to stab her, and she casually just slaps a shirt directly in his face and proceeds to just snap his neck. Woo! Hey, Medela, what's going on? I hope that everything has been right with you. I'm late. No, you're not. I literally just started I literally just started. You only missed one chapter because I started late because I was out running errands. We started at 1:30 ish. So you only missed one chapter. We are on chapter 108 out of all the way to 115. So you're fine. You're perfectly all right. But another dude tries to stab Rion, and she takes a shirt and hits him in the face with it, blinding him, and proceeds to also just break his neck. Break! And she goes,
Oh, do you have anything rougher looking? In that case, over here.
and she takes his body, hangs him up on the wall, and proceeds to put a hat over his head to make him look like a mannequin. And then a regular person just walks over to him thinking he's a mannequin, but the dude's actually dead, and goes, cool look. And then another assassin tries to run on the other side of some clothes while this lady is tending to Rion, and goes,
You want one more winter outfit?
and while Rion has this chain around her hand, she wraps it around her fist real quick, and then proceeds to just break this dude's face while she grabs the gun.
Yeah, I figure what I'm wearing will probably get dirty. Oh? Yes, of course.
And then another dude pokes out from in between the clothes. You ever been a kid with your parents and very young? And I'm guilty of doing this because I did this a lot when I was a kid. You ever been with your parents in a department store and they have those big round tables that has clothes in it, and as a kid you would open them up and you would just duck inside, and if you have siblings you would hide from them in that, because that was something that I'm guilty of doing when I was a kid. But this dude is hiding inside these clothes just like one of those kids, and he tries to point a silenced pistol over at Rion, and as the attendant looks over at Rion, she spins around real quickly and goes,
Ah, that one just came in. Really? I kind of like it.
and while she's saying this, the dude that was hiding inside the clothes, he is being strangled to death by Rion while she has her hands inside the clothes. You know, her not giving away that she's actually killing a person inside these clothing. And she goes,
Can I try it on? Yes, of course.
and it just shows Rion with her insane levels of grip strength. You see the veins on her hand as they're bulging on her fist as she's just strangling this dude, and he's foaming at the mouth and he's kind of bleeding out of the nose, and yeah, he's dead. And then she goes into actually she didn't kill them. She just kind of knocked out like two of them. But she goes into a changing room, and the lady who's tending to her goes,
If you need a different size, just let me know. I will.
and she's in this changing room, and she's got two dudes. Two dudes that she's beaten up, and she goes,
Now, where's your boss, the Steel Dragon? If you don't answer, I'll just kill you and find someone else.
and then all of a sudden, Uzuki just shows up. And puts his hand on her shoulder, and this surprises her. Then it just shows Uzuki's face. Then we cut to third floor electronics department, and we have Nagumo and Sakamoto choking out two dudes. Well, I wouldn't say choking out two dudes, because when you hear a crack sound when someone has their hands around your neck and you just see the crack sound coming up, I feel like Sakamoto just killed this guy. But Nagumo goes, So, these guys are mixed in with the regular staff on every floor. Hey, there's nobody working the register. Plus, some of them are acting as customers. This is tricky.
Huh? Really?
That'll be 1,300 yen. Thank you.
You know how to work a register?
No need for you to learn, Sakamoto. You'll never work a register in your life. Oh, what foreshadowing. And then someone is in a massage chair behind them going, You can't become a top-notch assassin with only killing skills. So, you kids are from the JCC. How's Etsuko Satoda? Who are you, Gramps? You know Satoda-sensei? Nice work hiding your bloodlust. Yeah, I invited her to join my organization, but she declined. And he turns off the massaging chair. Are you the Steel Dragon? And this is Sakamoto asking.
Ah, Steel Dragon. Cool name, right? The name's Kindaka. I lead a team known as the Order. Now which one of you stronger?
Kindaka of the I lead a team known as the Order. Is this okay, I'm interested. I am interested. Also, if I got anybody who's new watching me read all of these chapters. Oh, right. I forgot. I was supposed to hold on. I was supposed to put the link to the chapters that I've been reading in the description. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. I wanted to be sure. But if I got anyone new watching, hi, how are you? How you doing? I hope everything is all right with you today. But yeah, he introduces himself as Kindaka of the Order, leading a team of the Order. So is this when the Order was just being led by him before it became like this big group?
The name's Kindaka. I lead a team known as the Order. Now which one of you is stronger?
This looks like it's gonna be a hassle. Him.
Me.
Sakamoto doesn't hesitate. He just says like, I'm the strongest. And Nagumo, literally wanting to throw him under the bus, just says it's him. But Sakamoto's being honest. Nagumo's trying to save his own skin. But that's the end of chapter 108. Onwards to chapter 109. And then after this, I'm going to eat some food. And then later on, we're going to react to that factions video from Bricky. And then I'm going to prepare so that I can get started on my Space Marine 2 series tomorrow. Days 109, Kindaka.
The name's Kindaka. I lead a team known as the Order. The Order? You're not the Steel Dragon?
What's that? Never heard of that group. Ah, yep, this is when it was fresh.
Frontal bone, eye socket, nasal bone, ethmoid bone.
If you want to oh wait, this is Nagumo going. Frontal bone, eye socket, nasal bone, ethmoid bone. If you want to disguise yourself, you have to start with your bone structure. I was in the intelligence gathering department at school. You can't fool me.
Oh, an old picture.
Let's finish this, Sakamoto, as Nagumo already rushes Kindaka, grabbing him by the straps because Kindaka's dressed in like combat straps. Like stuff that you would attach a gun to or a pouch to, just straight up combat ready straps on his clothes. And Nagumo grabs him, and then Sakamoto starts rushing him, and Kindaka, his glasses kind of fall a little bit off of his face a little bit, and while it looks like he's about to be slammed onto the ground, he just suddenly disappears in the middle of, like, here's the thing, because I got to be very specific with how I describe this. Sakamoto's fist is already going forward in order to strike him. Nagumo already has him and is pulling him in the direction for Sakamoto to strike him. And while they are still in that same motion, and they only get a little bit closer, Kindaka just straight up disappears. While these motions are still going from Nagumo and Sakamoto. It shows a panel where he's there, and it shows that same panel again, but he's gone. That's how fast he just moved. And Kindaka apparently moved so fast that the shockwave from him moving that quickly has torn up everything in his wake, because Sakamoto and Nagumo get tossed. Kindaka moves so fast. Okay, it's like if anyone has ever played Warframe, it's like playing Gauss and you using his Mach Rush, and you're just knocking everything away from you as you just barrel down the way running at full tilt. It's basically like that, but he just did it in an instant. And he skids to a stop, whereas Nagumo and Sakamoto skid to the ground, and they've already been hit. They're already bleeding. Sakamoto's got a scar. He's got blood coming from the right side of his face. Nagumo's bleeding from his mouth and nose from this. And they're looking up where he's supposed to be. And Kindaka is already behind them. Did you see him?
Not at all. I'm super fast.
And as he says this, Sakamoto and Nagumo, who are already insanely fast individuals, spin around to look at him, and Kindaka is already past them again. Like, they look back, and he's already here. The people of this series are insane. Just the capabilities of these individuals are insane. I love this series. A couple of slowpokes like you don't stand a chance. I'm the fastest assassin alive. And Nagumo and Sakamoto go to stab Kindaka, and he's already kneeling down, fixing his shoes. Like, they are so slow that he really doesn't need to do much in order to avoid them. And this is a young Sakamoto, mind you, and he's slow compared to Kindaka. And the thing is, when he kneels down to tie his shoes, they're still in the motion to stab where he is, and they wind up stabbing into the wall. Sakamoto tries to use a pencil, and Nagumo tries to use a knife, and they wind up, leaving big old holes in the wall from trying to stab where Kindaka was. This dude's fast. Can a human move that fast? If you want to run fast, you'll need these. Oh, he has some kind of special shoes. That explains it. My trusty partners, Lightspeed shoes. And they're just sneakers. They're just regular sneakers. He got J's on. He faster than them because he got J's on. What does that say on the shoe? Onsoku? I'm trying to make out what it says on there. But then the child is looking at Kindaka's shoes and going,
Mama, I want those. You're too old for Velcro shoes.
They're Velcro shoes. They're Velcro J's. He is outrunning Nagumo and Sakamoto at the same time with Velcro J's on. Etsuko Satora told me about you. I'll give you a nice workout, so come at me prepared to die, punks. What's with this assignment? Did our teacher set us up? Those shoes are kinda cool. And then we cut back to Rion, who has been stopped by Uzuki.
Why is your hand on me, Uzuki?
Those guys aren't our target. Don't kill people meaninglessly.
Huh? So, what's a meaningful kill then? Do you decide what kind of killing is good or evil? Freaky!
All killing is evil. We should avoid it whenever we can. What? Okay, so this has got to be Uzuki before that split personality showed up. The one that doesn't mind killing people at all. Because Byodo told us that there has to be like a split personality going on with Uzuki. One side that doesn't want to kill, and one that does. We're dealing with Uzuki that doesn't want to kill anyone right now.
All killing is evil. We should avoid it whenever we can.
I can't use Uzuki's older voice, because we are not in the present.
All killing is evil. We should avoid it whenever we can. Then why'd you enroll at an assassin school? If you're not cut out for it, you should drop out.
And then there's a crash sound that they both hear from upstairs.
That came from upstairs. Huh. Are they seriously having trouble? Have fun shopping, wuss.
And she also flips off Uzuki, and he's kind of silent. Then we cut back to Kindaka, who has apparently launched Sakamoto straight out into the main atrium of the mall.
You're hopeless, kids. Your movements are as boring as a kiddie roller coaster. You're hopeless, kids. Your movements are as boring as a kiddie roller coaster.
And he's saying this as he grabs onto Sakamoto, who is still mid-flight. Mind you, see, I keep getting... Skip! Hey! It's good to see you as well. I keep getting just mesmerized by just how crazy fast everyone moves in this series. So, Kindaka has already thrown Sakamoto out way out in front of him. But then all of a sudden, he is behind Sakamoto, mid-flight falling, and he grabs him by the back of his shirt and proceeds to throw him through stairs. I try to put it out of my head just how ridiculous this series is and just accept it and just move on. I really do. God knows that I do, but These people are crazy. They are doing things that should be impossible. He just grabbed Sakamoto and threw him through 3 whole flights of stairs. Use the whole stage more widely and freely. And Sakamoto is still protecting himself after being thrown through all of those stairs. And Sakamoto looks up as we see those same pathway lines that Akira used being directed towards Kindaka from Rion. And he kind of looks backwards. This dude gives me massive Kizaru vibes. Incredibly fast, wears shades, has a nonchalant attitude. This dude is Kizaru! From One Piece! But he kind of glances. He even has the same type of droopy eyes as Kizaru. The only difference is he's not wearing a suit and he has long hair. But he kind of looks over and he dashes away before Rion can, zone in on him. Her killing pathway has 0 wasted movement. I can't believe she got me on the defensive. What does this girl see? There, gotcha. And she says this as an entire ice box is just thrown directly on top of Kindaka, where Nagumo and Sakamoto proceed to just dent in and beat Kindaka while he's inside of this icebox, while he's still confined inside. Then it cuts back to Uzuki, who's looking after the men that got beaten up by Rion earlier. And he's just looking. He's not saying anything. And then it shows Nagumo, Sakamoto, and Rion as she goes,
So, who is this guy?
You little punks. You little punks want to join the order? And he says this as one of his glasses, like one of his lenses, completely breaks. Mind you, he's actually been suffering some damage because he's bleeding from the nose and mouth just like Nagumo was. So they actually got him with that whole ice box beat down there. But he just asked them if they want to join the order. Ooh. But that's the end of chapter 109, onwards to chapter 110. 5 chapters after that, and then we can call this a session. I'm always double checking because chat doesn't update when I'm looking at live chat until I refresh it. But then we get a color page of older Sakamoto as he goes,
What's that, Mr. Sakamoto?
And this is Shin. The results from the first character popularity vote.
What? How'd we do?
And we go over and we see that in first place for the popularity vote from when this chapter first released. Actually, hold on, real quick. How long ago was this? Chapter 110. This was, it won't show me, but it was apparently last year where they had this popularity vote. And in first place is Shin. I'm actually surprised that Sakamoto didn't get first place. I'm actually surprised. But he's in the top 5 though. But we have Shin in first place. We have Nagumo in second place. I understand why people would want him to be in second place because people really like Nagumo. He just gives off that same vibe. In third place is Miss Osaragi. Fourth place is Mr. Shishiba. Fifth place is Sakamoto. Sixth place is Natsuki Seba. Seventh place is Akira Akao. Eighth place is Old Man Takamura, the dude who hasn't said a single intelligible word since his entire reveal, and then the only thing he's done is just slice through an entire tower and slice through an entire building. Or slice through an entire truck, an entire van, and the resounding area around him. He's only done those things, and he's in the top 10 of... He's in the top... I don't see anyone who's in 10th place. I just see 9th place. And last place is Gaku. But Old Man Takamura placed in the popularity vote? Interesting. Days 110. Mission. Want to join the order? And he spits out, and then Kindaka spits out blood.
Who are you, mister?
I just kicked you real hard. How are you still standing? And Sakamoto isn't saying anything.
You can give me your answer after I beat you up. Here he comes.
As it shows Kindaka like doing those heavy duty stretches. Like heavy duty stretches. Like he's about to like, you know what? I got to do some more of those heavy duty stretches, like in order to stretch my legs as well. I got to do way more of those, way more. What are my top 10, 5, or 3 characters? I have to go with 5. For me, top character for me is Sakamoto. Afterwards, it's Shin. After that is Heisuke, because I like Heisuke. And after that would be Nagumo. And then after that would be Miss Osaragi. Because while I like Shishiba, I like Osaragi more. Because she's a person you can just hang out with. But when it's time to work, she works. So for that, it would have to be Sakamoto, Shin, Heisuke, Nagumo, and then Miss Osaragi. Those are my top 5 at the moment. That's my top 5 at the moment.
You can give me your answer after I beat you up. Here he comes.
And he immediately starts by dashing towards all of them. And while they all try to jump away, Nagumo gets grabbed. He's even faster than before.
Earlier, when I asked which of you was strongest, you lied, right?
And as he's holding onto Nagumo's leg, Nagumo tries to kick him. And he ducks out of the way of the kick. And then Rion throws a knife at him. And he goes and he tries to stab Kindaka as he goes,
please don't underestimate.
As Nagumo is, whipped at high speed. Yanked at high speed. He didn't even put his hand behind his head in order to keep him from suffering whiplash. Just like Quicksilver said. He grabs him by the leg and then proceeds to pull him at high speed and throw him clear across the entire mall.
Please don't underestimate your elders.
And he throws him so hard that Nagumo goes through many walls. But he also happens to land in a room that has a bed. So, did Kindaka know he was going to be throwing him into an entire department store that had nothing but soft mattresses inside? And he just throws him directly into one. That geezer. He seems to know Satora-sensei. This is no ordinary assignment.
Are you okay?
Cuts to a lady who's just checking on Nagumo. Also, what's the order? Sounds fishy. Oh, and we see more of Nagumo's tattoos that's on his arm. He's got like a whole bar with some words on one side, and he has like this one big symbol on the side of his shoulder as well. It's very detailed too. And he also has like another detail on his chest as well, as it has like praying hands of some kind, but we don't see the whole thing. Our teachers totally tricked us. I mean, I trust Akao and Sakamoto can handle it. I'll do some strategizing.
Is it comfortable?
It's the best. As it shows Nagumo just suddenly deciding, you know what, I'm just going to lay in one of these beds and strategize. Then it cuts back to Rion, who's using her pathways sight. And it shows Kindaka throwing that very same knife that she threw to Nagumo at her. And she sees it. And then all of a sudden, she not only catches it, but proceeds to kick through an entire support pillar. These people are crazy. These people are insanely strong. She kicks through an entire concrete support beam. Wow. Yep. See, this is the reason why I gotta always refresh chat, because it couldn't even show that hybrid showed up. Let's see. What's my Heisuke was 10th. Heisuke is 10th? Oh, wow. I miss Heisuke. Wow, I miss Heisuke. I completely ignored that he was over there. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a top 10. It was a top 10. I didn't even notice Heisuke off to the side. My bad. On the left. I didn't even notice. Sorry about that. And also, sorry about not seeing that comment beforehand, because YouTube live chat on a mobile phone does not update properly. Yo, BumbleTube. Hello, I'm from India. Welcome. It is always amazing when people from different countries show up. We are currently on chapter 110 of Sakamoto Days, while Rion is contending with Kindaka, apparently a very powerful assassin, very fast assassin that Nagumo, Sakamoto, and Rion are having a hard time with right now. But she tries to kick him, and winds up destroying an entire solid concrete support beam with just the kick alone. If we ever get a Sakamoto Days video game that isn't a fighting game, please, God, I would play it in a heartbeat. And she goes, right. She has special vision. She's doing the best of the three. Well then. And it shows Kindaka moving at a high speed while Rion and Sakamoto trying to bear down on him, and she spins around going, "Oh no you don't. Gotcha." And when that happens, she thinks this is how you do a flashback arc. Calzone. This I already like Kindaka because he's the Kizaru of Sakamoto Days. He's insane. So Rion thinking that she was going to be slicing into Kindaka, she slices what looks to be Tabasco sauce. She slices through one, and a drop not only flies through the air but lands into her eye. And she immediately keels over because, you know, her eyes are burning. Her eyes are burning. And she just starts screaming, "No!" Those with good eyes will react quickly to anything. And then it shows Sakamoto who's grabbed Kindaka, and it looks like he shoves him directly into an elevator, but it shows that Sakamoto he shoved Kindaka into an elevator and then closed it behind him. Oh? And then Sakamoto says, "In a confined space, speed doesn't matter. Try me." And I like Kindaka. Let me see. What is my favorite Sakamoto Days character as far as you have gone? I have to say that it's purely based off of insane feats. Sakamoto. I know it seems, like cliche to say that the main character of the manga is your favorite character, but Sakamoto has done a whole bunch of things that just make me like him not only as a character, but also like his own capabilities as well. So out of everyone, if I had to say my most favorite character out of the entire series, it's Sakamoto. Not just for his strength and abilities, but also because of his own ideals. He's an assassin, but he also prioritizes the well-being of his own family, his wife and daughter, and that is something I can commend. Because if I was in that same situation, I would be acting the same way. Sure, and the way things that are done with assassins in this series, with how effortless a lot of them do certain things that would be indiscernible to the human eye, and they just do it so casually. I love it. But for me, for right now, my favorite character is Sakamoto himself. In a confined space, speed doesn't matter. Try me. And let me say this. When you have someone who's as fast as Kindaka, who has been pretty much relatively having the easier time out of this fight, where he just says, try me if you think speed isn't going to matter inside of an enclosed elevator. Wait a minute. I just realized. Enclosed elevator. Is there a specific name for elevators that are... Do you just call it an elevator? Regardless of where it is? What is the compartment? Is there a specific name for that? I know we only just call it an elevator because of what it is, but do we have a name for the elevator spaces that we actually ride in? Do they have a specific name? I'm just wondering. I'll look it up later. Just wait for Assassination Museum arc. Don't be telling me about any arcs. Don't be saying anything about any arcs. I don't want to know. I don't want to know at all, because this is my first time reading this series. Matter of fact, hold on. No. Nope, I don't want any sort of even hints. I don't want any hints whatsoever, because I really want to experience this with just blind eyes without even knowing what's about to happen at all. Don't even give me any hints about what these arcs are called. I don't even want to know that. Not even that. In a confined space, speed doesn't matter. Try me. And Sakamoto starts trying to take on Kindaka, but Kindaka starts moving around the room, avoiding all of these hits. And he starts spinning around inside of the elevator. Didn't I tell you? You'll never get me with your wimpy moves. And Sakamoto, fed up, just swings his hand backwards, and he smacks Kindaka directly in the face with a fist. Ah, a hit. I'm starting to get used to you. You're fun. Then the elevator opens. Time to shift into max gear. Oh! And then all of a sudden, all you see in just this big spread panel, at least the top part. Okay, no spoilers, I want you to experience by yourself. That's the best way I can enjoy these chapters. That's how you guys get the most genuine reaction out of it. Mind you, I don't know what any name of these arcs are in this series because I don't look that up. I only look up the volume names of what I'm reading. So even then I have no idea what to expect. But at the same time, thank you for respecting that because that's the only way I can give you the most genuine reaction to these chapters as I react to them. So I thank you kindly for that. But all of a sudden, Kindaka just starts going full tilt throughout the entirety of the mall at high speeds. You can't even see him moving. And even Sakamoto's shocked by this. What are you looking at? If you just stand there staring off into space, you're gonna get bulldozed. And as he starts moving, he's literally just a blur. He's the Flash at this point, just moving at full tilt. And he starts moving towards Sakamoto until Uzuki just steps in between Sakamoto and Kindaka all of a sudden. Huh? And Kindaka dodges around him. He's going full tilt, and then at the last second, he dodges around Uzuki, and Uzuki's looking at him, and Kindaka starts skidding to a halt. I thought he was just a civilian, so I dodged him. Is he a friend of theirs? Yeesh, I hurt my back with that emergency brake. That was a bit much at my age. I always got to double check YouTube chat because they don't want to act right today. That was a bit much at my age. Then it cuts to Rion.
Hey, Uzuki, how did you see him? And how come you're suddenly helping?
You don't follow a fast target with your eyes. You anticipate his moves based on the surroundings. Also, in terms of helping, I don't want you complaining to the teachers that I was slacking off.
Huh?
And it shows Rion steadily trying to rub as much of that Tabasco sauce out of her eyes because she's still rubbing it.
Why would I bother snitching on you? What a dumb thing to worry about.
And then Nagumo's up top going, nice work!
Hurry up and get down here.
And then back to Kindaka.
He's not just good at evaluating the surroundings. He's got no fear, jumping right in front of me and my speed. Now that's an ambush.
And while Kindaka's thinking this, he suddenly gets wrapped around by Sakamoto in the banner that was pretty much hanging throughout the entirety of the mall. And suddenly, Kindaka is launched off the ground and just, so long, Kindaka! It just starts spinning Kindaka around. This literally is the Mario versus Bowser fight from Super Mario 64. He's just spinning him around constantly and then sends him up top and proceeds to slam him, proceeds to whip him in the air, and then, as he bends across the guardrail, slams Kindaka directly into the floor above him.
You're right. It is useful to take advantage of the whole space.
And Kindaka got hit so hard he fell straight through that same floor and is now laying on his back as he takes off part of his shades going, not bad, kid. This is what prompted Sakamoto to really take advantage of his surroundings later on in life. And that's the end of chapter 110. Onwards to chapter 111. This series is really good. Okay, this series is really, really, really good. Days 111, Bodyguard Assignment. Mission accomplished! Gee, I'm tired.
You didn't even do anything.
Well, at least we all won't get expelled now. And then Kendaka sits up. Huh? You guys didn't know anything, you guys don't know anything, do you?
Yeah.
He's still alive?
What you talking about, Pops?
Even if you kill me, you aren't going back to school. You were sent here to die. Oh. To die?
What do you mean, Pops?
The point of this assignment is to dispose of troubled students. The school gets rid of out-of-hand students by sending them to me. If they're useful as fighters, I can recruit them. It's a win-win argument. It's a win-win arrangement. So that means that every single person that has been sent to Kendaka has basically just used his beyond superhuman speed to dispose of troublesome students. Can you imagine if that was a concept? You got a troublesome student at your class, and you say they're expelled, and you say like, okay, there is something you can do. Take this assignment, and this assignment essentially seals your fate as you are sent to a person who is there to kill you specifically. See, I wouldn't make it in this assassination school. Unless I could get to their level of power, I wouldn't make it. Because one, I ain't gonna be, I wouldn't last. And two, I probably wouldn't try to be getting in trouble because I definitely don't want to wind up as anyone who's had to go up against Kendaka because the dude is capable of sending shockwaves when he runs. So, I'm good. It's a win-win arrangement. We're always short-handed in this field. Anyway, going back to school isn't an option. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and call them. They're probably not even on the attendance list by now. Sensei? We're done with the assignment. What? What? How are you alive? Vice Principal!
Huh?
They're shocked that they're still alive.
Nobody's ever completed that assignment. I can't believe they survived. I told you.
And there's Satoru Sensei who's just walking past all of them with a smile on her face because she knew they were gonna win.
You mean we're expelled?
But without a diploma, we can't get Type 2 licenses. Listen, you kids. If you really want to go back to school, how about we make a deal? You can get us readmitted. You know Yotsumura, the professor emeritus at your school. Who? Oh, the guy who comes once a year to do special lectures?
Right, that super tough-looking old dude.
Between you and me, Yotsumura's in the order too. In fact, he and I are the founders. What? Yotsumura and Kendaka are the founders of the order? What? Oh, we're learning stuff today. I love flashback chapters. Oh, we learning stuff today. So you could negotiate with the Professor Emeritus for us? Emeritus, or is it Emeritus? Emeritus. So you could negotiate with the Professor Emeritus for us? Yeah.
What's the order, anyway?
It's a special organization that reports directly to the JAA. We're the JAA's strongest fighters. But there are only 4 of us in Japan right now.
Oh.
Huh? Act more impressed.
So, in order for us to get readmitted, what do you want from us? Just so you know, I'm not interested in this order nonsense.
Follow me and you'll see. And then it shows someone standing outside of this department store with cross-shaped earrings. Took you long enough. Yo, sorry, Kondo. Kendaka? Keeping a VIP waiting. So, what's all this? Just some more business. Don't worry about it. And it shows Kendaka being pushed in a wheelchair by Sakamoto while everyone else is walking around him. But we have an assignment from the chairman. Don't worry, I brought some stand-ins. Stand-ins? These kids?
Drop dead,
goes Rion.
What are you thinking? This is an order assignment. If the higher-ups find out...
Shush.
If we wrap it up quickly, nobody will know.
Hey, you gotta be kidding! Why should we do your job?
It's your fault I hurt my back. Take responsibility.
Yeah, not wrong. Pretty much not wrong.
Gah, for real? We've been had.
Well, if he can get us readmitted.
I'm hungry.
And this is Sakamoto, and Uzuki is still silent. Still quiet. Then Sakamoto again.
So, who do we have to kill? Chill out, this isn't an assassination. It's the opposite. Your job is to escort this VIP to the airport.
And the VIP is this relatively tall, stout man with a very thin mustache that looks kind of similar to what Sakamoto would look like, except you can actually see his eyes behind the glasses and a very short bowl cut. This is interesting.
A bodyguard assignment?
Who's this bozo?
And the person is silent.
Hey, you little punk.
Oh, so it is a lady. It is a lady. Okay.
Hey, you little punk. Watch how you talk to an exec of the JAA.
You don't do this stuff at school, right? Should be way easy. You don't do this stuff at school, right? Should be way easier than fighting me.
Are you serious, Mr. Kindaka? They're just brats. If something happens...
And then Rion spins around and she blocks what looks to be a bullet with her knife, protecting the VIP.
What? Sniper, 300 meters ahead at 2 o'clock, Sakamoto.
I need to borrow this.
But that handgun doesn't have the range.
And he goes and he puts his finger on the trigger, and then swinging his hand forward, he... Oh my goodness! He goes,
I'll make it work.
and he fires while also putting all of his strength into flinging his arm forward. This man made a pistol into a sniper rifle. He threw the bullet. He didn't bend the bullet or curve the bullet like you would see from Wanted. He literally made the bullet go faster by throwing it. He made the bullet go faster by just throwing it. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. He fires the bullet at the same time he's throwing his arm, and the bullet goes flying, and then it proceeds to kill the sniper in the building 200 meters away. This dude's head is gone. If this dude had a thought, that thought went with the bullet. And then it cuts to two people who also appear to have, I wouldn't say knives, because it looks like makeshift stakes or weapons to makeshift stabbing weapons. They drop down, and Nagamo opens up his jacket and proceeds to just dismember these guys. One dude, he slices in the neck. Another dude, he slices completely clean into the neck. And then this condo lady, she goes,
What the? This isn't student level work. In fact.
And then Uzuki slides up with the car and goes, I don't like to drive.
Nice, Uzuki. They're after us. Step on it.
And they just leave Kondo behind. And she's just like, hold on, I gotta zoom in. And she goes,
Maybe time for another job.
and that's the end. We're not done yet. They're driving, and it has Kindaka in there, the VIP in there. Everyone's just crammed inside the car. Sakamoto, move your seat up. My back hurts.
I'm not moving it any farther.
Great, we're off to a slippery start. This guy's heavy. And mind you, the VIP is very silent. This VIP is not saying anything.
It's tight in here.
And this is Rion.
Sorry for the commotion, Mr. VIP. We'll get you to the airport super safe, so...
And then we have him going,
It's hot. Mama, is it okay now?
huh? Mama!
Huh? Oh, fine. Let's see. Press here and...
And then, it was a suit. It was a suit, and it was hiding two people inside? A lady and apparently her daughter? Who's his daughter? Wednesday Addams? Two pigtails? Just two pigtails right next to her? Is this Wednesday Addams and her daughter Thursday? What is this? And everyone is looking at him going like,
Who are they?
and they're all looking at, and even Kendaka is saying that, and everyone looks at Kendaka confused that even he doesn't know. And that's the end of the chapter. Okay. All right, that's the end of chapter 111. Onwards to chapter 112. Days 112, mini mission. And the lady is going, as Nagamo is looking kind of confused. Who are you?
Hey, that dude turned into a lady!
A disguise?
And how come you didn't know?
Are you Mr. Oh, wait, the lady is going,
Are you Mr. Kendaka?
how do you know my name?
Oh, good. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ai Amo, the wife of the chairman of the JAA.
What? I'm sorry. Y'all are escorting the wife of the chairman of the JAA and their daughter. Oh, this just became the most important mission of their lives then. This just became the most important mission of their lives. Let's continue, because people on VOD are going to be wondering why I haven't read yet.
The wife of the chairman of the JAA. And this is our daughter, Konomi. I've heard about you from my husband and Mr. Yotsumura.
Hold on a sec. The chairman has a daughter. He's supposed to be single.
Our existence is top secret. Only a few people know.
No way. You look like normal civilians. What's the chairman thinking? Are you angry, Kendaka? Of course I am. People like us, who live in the underworld, have no business getting involved with civilians. If something happens, we can deal with the danger, but civilians don't know how to defend themselves. And once they're involved with the underworld, there's no escape. Oh, I see.
There's been a lot of anti-JAA activity lately. We could have a major battle on our hands. Before that happens, I want to at least get this child to safety outside of Japan. Please help us. I'm begging you.
We can't just toss you out of the car at this point. It's a direct assignment from the chairman. Can these kids handle this? And then Konomi goes,
Letters. There's pictures on your arm.
What? Cool, huh? I drew all this stuff with a pen. But it washes off in the bath, so I have to redraw it every day. What a hassle, right?
No, that's called a tattoo. It hurts a lot. Konomi knows.
Cause Nagamo is trying to be all like, these are tattoos, but I can't exactly explain this to a child. And Konomi apparently knows what these things are!
Don't be stupid, Nagamo. Kids her age don't like being treated like little children.
Ako? Are you fidgeting? And she kinda is.
Konomi, are you about 6 years old? Uh-huh. You're a big kid, right? Tell that jerk not to treat you like a baby.
And then Uzuki goes, do you have a daughter?
Of course I don't! What kind of an idiot are you?
Oh, you seem to know a lot about kids.
I have a niece. Duh!
Akira. Sakamoto, I've got a mini mission for you. Make Konomi laugh. Huh?
I love it! Go ahead, make her laugh!
And then Sakamoto puts his legs into his shirt and goes, and puffs up his cheeks and goes, chubby assassin. That joke gets 0 points.
Boring. What kind of comedian are you?
Dang, wish I gotten a video of that. And then it shows Konomi, who just puffs up her cheeks because she's trying not to laugh. And apparently, I've been called for food because we're cooking fish along with tater tots. I will be right back. Let me grab that food, and then we'll continue on. Hold tight, everyone. All right, I'm back. I got food here in front of me, so I'll be periodically eating it as well, but probably not while I'm reading. But Sakamoto goes, "Chubby assassin. They joke gets 0 points.
Boring. What kind of comedian are you?
Dang, wish I'd gotten a video of that." And it shows Konomi kind of trying to keep herself. Well, she's actually trying to do the same thing that Sakamoto is doing. And she's puffing up her cheeks as well, just like him.
Oh, it's working.
So for some reason, they're on the same wavelength. Maybe kids like fatties. Mission accomplished. And he just lets out the air. Interesting. So, we cut to another part of the city, and then we have a can that is on a railing on a street, and then it's suddenly gone as a car drives past. And someone is and it's a piece of trash. And someone is putting it into like this big old bag inside of the car, just collecting cans while driving. "Are you collecting garbage? The car stinks." "It's a good deed." "A good deed?" "The gods of killing are always watching. If you do good deeds, killing becomes easier. 5 points for picking up trash." And this dude with multiple piercings in his ears, but he's also very bald, and he has like this chin stud and a nose ring and scars on the left side of his face. "At the brink of death, your good deeds can determine whether you live or die." Doing good deeds to support your evil work? How ironic. Killing can be good or evil. That's for the gods to decide. And it looks like he takes a bomb and takes like this little orb. This looks like a bomb, and he throws it outside of the window right onto the road. And this also happens to be the car that is in front of Sakamoto and company. And Rion sees something and she sees something fly into the air from this dude, and she sees that it's the bomb.
Hand grenade! 50 meters ahead!
And Rion doesn't hesitate. Rion doesn't hesitate to shield Konomi and, protect the mother as well. And Kindaka notices, and then the bomb starts to explode, and as it gets close and underneath the car, Sakamoto, with his inhuman strength, punches straight through the floorboard of the car, grabs the bomb, loads a gun, with Rion going,
Great, now it's in the car!
no problem. And he proceeds to shoot his gun through the windshield with the bullet causing a manhole cover to go over, flip over. He tosses the bomb into the manhole, and then that causes an explosion afterwards. Why is Sakamoto so busted, okay? Even at a young age, he was insane. But it explodes, and they continue driving forward. And Sakamoto goes, let's get to work. And then the dude this is not, what? That's a kanji. What is that a kanji for? The scar he has on the side of his face is an actual kanji of something. And he knows that Sakamoto did something, that he doesn't know that, he knows that Sakamoto did something, and he goes, oh, looks like he's done some good deeds. And that's the end of chapter 112. Onwards to chapter 113. Let's keep it going. Days 113. Car chase. And we get like a color page that shows... Who was that? Nagumo? No, that's not Nagumo. That's someone else entirely. It shows an older Sakamoto, and it shows someone with black hair with a hat over their face, but it's not Nagumo, because Nagumo has tattoos over his fingers. Interesting little cover page. Bodyguard mission. Summary. In order to not get expelled from school, Sakamoto and friends go on a mission for Kindaka of the Order. Can they safely escort the JAA's chairman's wife and daughter to the airport? Merciless enemies launch an immediate attack. It's about 105 kilometers to the JAA's private airport. And it shows them right back on the freeway once again with Sakamoto going, time for work. And then Konomi is going,
You're awesome!
With her mother just kind of like, fear-stricken. You screwed up, Higuchi. That guy's done a lot of good deeds, Koba. Okay, so we have the people who are trying to kill them on the freeway right now. Higuchi and Koba, but Higuchi is the one who's doing all the work. Our orders are to capture them alive. If they normally do good deeds, they won't die easily. And it looks like, is he scratching? Is he scratching the side of his head with his knife? And he's just scraping across his head with it? Or is he carving a new kanji into his head? Also, if they normally do good deeds, they won't die easily. Also, if you kill someone who's done a lot of good deeds, you get all their virtue points. Right now, I have 50,000 virtue points. I could fall down Niagara Falls and not die. That is not how that works. This is not a video game where if you kill a person, you get all of their good deed points and they get added to yours. This is not the culling game from Jujutsu Kaisen. That's a pretty evil rule. And then Higuchi just gets out of the car while it's still on the freeway and just starts running down the highway. And using these gauntlets he has on his arms, like these really big, thick plates on his arms. Using these thick plates on his arms, he tries to jab directly into the car where everyone goes out of their way to protect the mother and daughter. And these gauntlets apparently have guns inside because they open up. As he's aiming for everyone inside the car, Nagumo, Sakamoto, Rion, and Kindaka notice, and then there's a gigantic explosion where everyone gets launched outside the car. And Higuchi has grabbed Konomi and her mother. Eliminating scumbag assassins. 5 virtue points. This dude sees this as a video game. And then he sees... Oh! And then it shows Konomi's mom stab him directly in the side. Yo, it's Nagumo! Nagumo in his disguises. And he stabs Higuchi directly in his side, allowing Konomi to be grabbed by him. You lose virtue points for tricking people. He disguised himself as her in an instant. Konomi-chan, close your eyes, okay?
I thought you were Mama!
I'm a master of disguise. And then he lands on someone's car, and the person in the car goes, something fell on my car, dang it. You okay?
Yeah?
And then smoke starts to envelop the car that Nagumo and Konomi are on top of. You're not getting away. And this is Koba. It's poison. It's poison. It's poison. I inhaled a little poison gas. Konomi won't be able to hold her breath for long. And as he jumps off of the truck, as he jumps off of this, what looks to be a big van, he jumps off the van with Konomi, and then Higuchi comes in and nails him with a lariat all of a sudden. And both Nagumo and Konomi get launched right back into the car that Koba is driving. Ugh. You okay?
Are you okay?
Stay down. If you cause trouble, I'll fill the car with poison gas. You're being tailed. Huh? And then it's Rion with Sakamoto on top of a motorcycle. What sort of Trinity and Matrix Reloaded nonsense is this?
Got a lighter, Sakamoto?
Nope. And they're barreling down the highway. And Koba throws something out of the car, and it causes the car throws something out of the car he's driving, and it causes the car that's in front of Rion and company to get blown up and thrown in front of them.
Whoa.
And then Sakamoto jumps off of the motorcycle that Rion is on. He literally flips over inside the car while it's tumbling towards them. So there's this one Batman movie. Oh wow, I forgot to close my door. There's this one Batman movie where someone tries to throw an entire car at him, and he jumps in the car and flips out of the car and lands on the person. I think it might be the Dark Knight Returns animated movie. But Sakamoto jumps in the air while the car is upside down, goes inside the car, opens up the door, and then flips out the other side while Rion is skidding across the pavement with the motorcycle, using the sparks caused from it to light her own cigarette. And Sakamoto, holding an entire yield sign, or wrong way sign, takes that sign and stabs directly into the car where Koba's supposed to be, and stabs directly into the driver's seat. You okay, Nagumo? Sakamoto! The steering wheel! And while Sakamoto's up there, Higuchi's up top, and he tries to go for Sakamoto. If I dodge the car, here comes a ton of points. Then we cut to a motorcycle as it flies through the air and nails Higuchi directly in the face, but Higuchi braces with those gauntlets he has, and he gets launched directly into a bus by Rion, with her using the motorcycle as the bat. And then the bus explodes. And then Rion throws her cigarette away. And then we get Kindaka. Get in, you guys!
Konomi!
Took you long enough, Kindaka.
And that concludes our introduction. Oh wait, and that concludes our introduction. They were tougher than I expected, so that's the order. Rats. My virtue points were too low to kill them. You'd have died without your virtue points. True. Approximately 100 kilometers till the airport. And that's the end of chapter 113. Onwards to chapter 114. Then after that, 115, and then we're done. Let me just double check and make sure that it still falls in line with volume 13. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we just got one more after, and then we are done for today, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm take a bite. Real quick. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I know you didn't come here to see me eat, but allow me just these few bites. Days 14. Each one's task. This is center card Kindaka. Sakamoto, are they coming up from behind? No. Kindaka, this helmet is hot. Can I toss it? Confirm that you have a motorcycle license.
Hey, Sakamoto! If you don't like motorcycles, want to trade?
No. Akao, quit quibbling over the motorcycle and focus on the mission.
Yeah.
Sakamoto, let her ride in the parking lot later. Okay, fine.
Don't treat me like a kid, I'll kill you both!
Because it shows everyone in different cars this time.
There's only one thing about riding shotgun. You can kick back and smoke a sickie.
Akao, get serious! Have you forgotten your roles? Remember what I explained at the outset. And then it cuts to a flashback where all of this gets explained. We're changing our strategy based on how the enemy attacked us back there. We'll form a convoy of 3 vehicles. Akao and Uzuki will be in the car in front. With Akao's wide vision and Uzuki's spatial awareness, you'll be our scouts. If you detect anything unusual, report it. I threw my back out, but Nagumo's flexible in responding to any situation. He and I will protect the subjects from the center car.
We'll get to team up, Konomi. Yay!
Sakamoto, take up the rear. You deal with anyone tailing us. Got it.
Boo! I want to ride the motorcycle. Sakamoto has good eyes too. You go in the front.
Move. My bike. Quit bickering! And then we're back in the present with Uzuki. The best fighter of you 3 is Sakamoto, right?
What? You picking a fight?
No. The enemy will most likely attack from behind. I think that's why Kindaka assigned Sakamoto to the rear.
Don't patronize me. If you put me and Sakamoto in a room naked with only knives, I'd win.
Where did that scenario come from?
But actually, if it were a regular room full of random stuff, out of 100 fights, he'd win every time.
Ooh! Just gassing up Sakamoto, why don't you? Just do it. I doubt there's much of a difference between you.
I'm the one who knows how to utilize a weapon to the max. Sakamoto knows how to use anything on sight as a weapon. Nagumo does everything with coordination and skill. In this situation, Sakamoto really is the strongest.
And Uzuki is silent.
By the way, I'm sorry.
Huh? For what?
At the department store, when I said you'd make a lousy assassin, I was being a jerk.
And Uzuki's eyes widen. I'm surprised. I thought you were the type to just say something like that and then forget about it.
Don't talk to me like I'm an idiot!
Well, why the sudden change of heart?
No reason, just this mission could be fatal, and I don't want to have regrets. That's all.
You're amazing, Akao. Worrying about other people before you die.
What? Why'd you put it like that?
Also, no need to apologize. When you said I wasn't cut out to be an assassin, I was a bit relieved. It felt like you were saying I was a decent person. And she drinks. She starts drinking, and then she spits it out directly in his face, laughing. What? Directly in his face.
Oh, sorry.
You're killing me. You seem so glum, but actually you're super positive.
Killing you? Are you okay? Maybe you choked because you're carsick. Or maybe the cigarette's inflaming your lungs.
Dude, you're so clueless, but in a different way from Sakamoto.
Clueless?
Then we cut to Center Car with Kindaka and Nagumo. Guess which hand?
This one.
The answer is Konomi's pocket.
What? Wow! Do it again!
Because Nagumo is using his expert skills to entertain the mother and daughter. You know, he's much the best person for parlor tricks for this.
Man, he's so relaxed. It's like you can never tell what he's thinking.
And that's what makes him dangerous.
Nagumo, you were in the spy department originally, right? Why did you switch to the assassin department?
Well, my family's been in the spying game for generations, so I just kind of defaulted to the spy department. But the assassin department looked more fun.
Is that all?
And Kindaka's thinking to himself,
Spies, huh?
as a former spy apprentice, I think your theory's right on.
Huh? You think there's a spy in the JAA, right? There's no evidence of that. The VIP turned out to be the chairman's wife and daughter.
Oh wait, the VIP turned out to be the chairman's wife and daughter. You're in the order and you didn't know. But some random assassins clearly knew. They were already on the trail. Obviously, there was an information leak.
Nagumo, what's wrong?
And he looks and he's going, and then Nagumo just turns over and goes, I feel like the people in the assassination classroom would get stepped on by these people. Yes, they would. They were assigned to kill an individual who can do inhuman things, but all the kids, all of the people from the classroom, from Kuro Sensei, all of them are still normal. They are all normal. They are trained to be assassins, but normal assassins. Everyone in Sakamoto days are beyond human comprehension, and yet they are still supposed to be seen as normal. People who can tank explosions directly, people who are capable of throwing bullets so that they move faster, so a pistol can turn into a sniper rifle, literally being able to carve out a giant portion of the landscape from just a single sword slash, able to literally block a laser from cutting your body apart because your body is that tough. Yes, every single assassin in this entire series would wipe the floor with anyone from Assassination Classroom. No question. But Nagumo starts looking funny, and then it turns out that, I'm a little car sick.
Oh dear. Kindaka, could you slow down a bit?
You're way too relaxed!
Are my knees too high?
They're fine.
He's still a child in some ways.
80 more kilometers to the airport.
Let's play a word game.
Knock it off! Apple.
And they're traveling. Then we cut to the JAA headquarters and Yotsumura.
It's almost time for the JAA general meeting, Chairman.
Yes.
A Nagant M1895 from the former Soviet Union.
It's a knockoff from a thrift shop, but it's well made. JAA Chairman Soichi Amo.
Chairman Soichi.
It's complicated for a revolver. Putting it together relaxes me. It's clearly not put
together, Chairman. Did you break it? Kindaka's protecting your family. He's reliable.
Kindaka, huh? I wanted it to be you.
That's asking too much. I have to stay with you right now.
He's talented, but he looks like a thug. He'll scare Konomi.
Let him worry about them. You worry about yourself. You're the head of the JAA.
And then someone walks in, a person with a wavy hairline, but it has one dark strand of hair going across the front of it, going, Don't be so heartless, Yotsumura. Your son Amane's still little too. Don't you worry about him. He gives me Genichimaru vibes.
Let me tell you something, Asaki.
If you ever mention my family or the chairman's with the door open again, I'll kill you. Oh, I'm sorry. True, there's no telling who could overhear. I already don't trust him. That's sensitive information, and he's already just so open about it. I'll be more careful. I don't want to die yet. Don't be so nervous. The only people around are JAA execs. No, I don't trust Asaki. Be nice. If I die, one of you guys would be next in line for chairman. And then we get to Kindaka, who goes, as we're at the airport now, rest for 2 minutes and then we'll go. Oh, wait, no, we're at a rest stop now. Rest for 2 minutes and then we'll go. Go buy some food, Sakamoto. Got it. And he has and he's taking his helmet off. And then it cuts to Nagumo, whose head is still spinning because apparently he's carsick. And while everyone's doing their own respective thing, Uzuki is on his own. And then he just sort of steps into the shade of the sun. And then taps on his phone and goes, someone on the phone goes, "It's me. Is the mission going as planned?" "This isn't what we agreed to. You never said the VIP was a member of the general public." "Oh, that." And it's Asaki, who's talking to Uzuki. "I figured you'd wimp out if you knew I sent you to kill a defenseless mother and child. I was being nice as your big brother?" So now it's not even a coincidence that I made their voices sound all Hysadidi and snake-like. I didn't know. Asaki is Uzuki's brother. "I was being nice as your big brother. I'm quitting the mission." "Oh, come on. Why'd we spend all this time infiltrating the JCC then? Honestly, I didn't think getting you assigned to this bodyguard mission would go this smoothly. We can't afford to blow this chance, Kay. If you insist on quitting, I'll respect your decision as your big brother. But if that happens, I'll feel bad that I can't keep our promise." "Complete your mission as a spy, Kay. Kill the chairman's wife and daughter." Nagumo was right. Uzuki was already in on it. They know because of Kay and Asaki. Oh, no, this is bad. No, this is bad. This is bad. And now we start. That was the end of chapter 114. Sorry. Let's keep it moving because I still got food here. Complete your mission as a spy, Kay. Kidnap the chairman's wife and child. I can't. Days 115. The Good Deed Collector. I can't. I can't hurt innocent people. I see. Then it's too bad about the Alkamar orphanage. Instead, I'll take out Kindaka. Don't go screwing around now. The plan is to lure in the chairman by holding his wife and child hostage. The whole point is for you to become the new chairman, right? Kindaka is the leader of the order. Yotsumura is the chairman's right-hand man. Both of them are unavoidable obstacles to the insurgency. I'll take them out. Then there's no need for roundabout measures like hostages. Don't be delusional, Kay. If that were possible, I'd have done it already. Kindaka's already injured. I can take him out even if it costs me my life. No need to drag the wife and child into it. Yeesh, fine. I'll accept your proposal, but now I'm imposing an additional risk on you. If you screw up, I'll kill one person at Alkamar Orphanage. Let's see. That silver-haired kid's been making trouble for the staff. Maybe this is a good opportunity. And he's referring to Gaku. Gaku? You wouldn't. You're joking. And then it cuts to Rion, who's right behind Uzuki. Don't move. Drop the phone and put both hands behind your head. Oh no. Did she overhear my call? Well, right now I could take out Akao. And then she starts laughing.
Way to go with the joke. You're killing me. That serious expression and the way you totally froze up, that was so real. You can call your girlfriend later. Let's go. Or was that your mommy?
Yeah, I'll be right there. And it cuts to Uzuki turning the phone off. And it cuts back to them driving. This is going to end very poorly. And then we got Kendaka again. Less than 60 kilometers to the airport now. Don't let your guard down. If you're sleepy from lunch, speak up. I'll happily put a bullet in you. And everyone speaks up. Roger! Because ain't nobody trying to have a bullet put in them right now. Then it cuts to Uzuki, who's looking at a photo. And Rion sees it.
What's that photo?
My friends at the orphanage where I grew up. When this mission is done, I'm going to take a break from the JCC and spend some time with them again.
Sounds nice. Well, better make sure you don't die then, huh?
Then Rion pays attention and notices something. It's Higuchi. And he's on top of the bridge because they're all driving on this big old bridge. And Higuchi has a sniper rifle, and he takes aim, and Rion shoves Uzuki's face out of the way as she also dodges the bullets while Higuchi fires upon them.
There's that good deed collecting bastard.
Do a good deed and hand over the wife and child, you scum. Sakamoto and Nagamo immediately begin opening fire, and Higuchi puts on his gauntlets and shields himself. Then he presses a trigger, which blows up the bridge. Just blows up the bridge.
The bridge.
Switch!
And then Rion switches places with Uzuki. She slams on the gas, and she speeds over the bridge while it's being destroyed and gets to the other side.
Kendaka, are Konomi and her mother okay? Before the bridge collapses.
And then something speeds up right next to them, and it's Kendaka, who's holding both Ai and Konomi. This dude moves so fast, He's so fast, he ran across the whole space. That's how fast he is.
That was fast. He's good. I'm sorry, Mr. Kendaka. I've gained weight recently. Is your back okay, mister?
My back's still messed up. And then Higuchi sees this. You don't quit racking up the good deeds, huh? 6 points for saving people. Hey, where's Sakamoto?
When did you get across?
There's no way Sakamoto can make it. The bridge is all ready. He'll find a way.
You're not getting away, as Higuchi tries to drop down on top of Sakamoto. And then Sakamoto, as he's driving towards, the empty space of the bridge, he fires at the suspension cable, and it comes snapping off. And mind you, it is dangerous for you to be near one of these things when they snap, because it's like a whip that is also incredibly fast, and it can slice through a person easily. So he shoots at the suspension cable, and it whips backwards, and Sakamoto holds on to it. And while he's holding on to it, he also holds onto the motorcycle, revs it up, and uses a boat down below in the water as a makeshift ramp so he can speed up so he can just speed up and wall ride up the bridge support right behind Nagamo and everyone else, and he lands on the other side with everyone.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
You could have taken more time. I want to smoke.
And then Higuchi is on the other side as he gets mad and upset that everyone is getting away from him. Why? Oh, gods of killing. I've been saving up good deeds so I can make good kills. Is it not enough? Watered a flower, 3 virtue points. Sorted recycling, 3.5 virtue points. Flashed hazard lights to say thanks, a certain amount of virtue points. Kill scumbag, 5 virtue points. Hit an idiot, 4 virtue points. Asked what floor in an elevator, 2 virtue points. This dude thinks just doing nice stuff will give him points necessary so he can freely kill people? This dude is messed up. I've been saving up good points so that I can make good kills. Is it still not enough? Intolerable. If that's how it is, I'll just have to steal their virtue points. I've had it. And then it shows them driving away as he gets upset and goes, "You're not getting away, you good deed thieves! Hot hands!" And it shows the gauntlet being used as like a little bit of a jetpack as he goes across the bridge. And he lands on the other side and goes, "Better meet up with Koba quick." And as he's standing there, Sakamoto gets out of the car that looks like it was destroyed behind him. He just gets out of the car, and as Higuchi looks back, he goes, "Hmm?" And Sakamoto proceeds to tell this man, "Yeah, your face should be on the ground," and just beats him over the back of the head so hard that the concrete underneath Higuchi's foot just craters in from the force of the blow. And Sakamoto goes, "You're finished. Let's see who's more virtuous." And then it shows the face of Uzuki, because we all know what he's about to do. And that is the end. That is the end of Volume 13 of Sakamoto Days. Uzuki is a part of the plan to dispose of the chairman by having his wife and child killed. But it's been sort of worked around so that he doesn't have to kill them, but he's going to kill Kendaka instead so that they can hold Ai and Konomi hostage so that they can make the chairman do whatever they want to. Both Uzuki and his brother Asaki. I really like this flashback. But that's all I got for you guys for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to keep you here any longer than I already have. It's time for me to eat the rest of my food while it's still relatively warm. And then later on, once everything is all settled, I'll set up the stream so we can react to the rest of Bricky's video. And then I'll set up for tomorrow so that way I can start playing Space Marine 2. You have been such a wonderful audience. Thank you for all your support over all this time and helping make this channel even bigger than it's ever been before. Exponentially. Lately, it's been increasing by a whole large margin, and I have all of you to thank for it. So for that, all I can say is, one, I'm really, really, really enjoying the entirety of Sakamoto Days, and I'm getting closer and closer to catching up. So if you stick with me, we'll finally catch up, and then this series will move to Sunday in place of like My Hero Academia. And then when I start reading Kaiju number 8 and I fully catch up, that's going to replace where I was reading Jujutsu Kaisen. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm done. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples!